Good day and welcome to yet another episode of Schoolboy Rugby Bonanza. Can you believe it's episode 25 already?
Oh, wow.
Of course, in every episode we talk schoolboy rugby, and once again, schoolboy rugby. As always, I'm not alone. The founder of Schoolboy Rugby Bonanza is with me, Mr. Louis van Kopenhagen. How are you today?
Good on you, Steve. I think it's going to be an epic episode, some interesting results, and yeah, let's see what we will talk about and give our insights and let the viewers decide how they feel.
Absolutely. Of course, the future game that we had was, of course, the Rand Park versus Northcliffe that Louis and our scout won was. If you want to catch up on that match, videos of that game, including updates, the atmosphere are available on our YouTube channel. So you can catch up on some of our short videos, which is very nice. It's real short, just to give you a taste of what happened on that day. It's available on our Global School Rugby Bonanza YouTube channel. But let's dive into this. Before we go into that, let's dive into this week's results. There's been some incredible game, starting with the Great College versus Paul Boys, Louis.
Yeah,
What an amazing game.
yeah, very good. I just arrived home from Rand Park, Northcliffe,
Yeah,
and the game started. What an excellent game from both teams.
amazing.
Um, and as Sarah asked me, who do you want to win? Because you had interviews with both coaches. And I said to her,
Yes.
do not say anything, but actually, I want Great College to win. And she asked
Yeah.
why. And I said, purely because since their loss against Nudgee College, people have been frantic about Great College's performance.
Yeah.
But they've been on the winning ways. And to be very honest, this was an excellent, excellent game. Um, Schoolboy rugby at its best. And the
Absolutely.
fly half of Great College was eventually named man of the match. Brilliant performance, marshaled the back line. Defense was very good. Um, his decision making, excellent. And he slotted all of his kicks. So that, I think,
Yeah.
was the big difference. So, and Paul Boys High, do not take anything away from them. I think a few silly mistakes
Yeah.
that cost them the game. So, um, and
Yeah, the thing is,
also,
with Paul Boys, it's been a tough couple of weeks for Paul Boys. Of course, at the Villa Clover, they also lost in the final minutes. Not final, never mind final minutes, the final
final
seconds of the match
seconds.
against Affis, a last second try, um, broke the hearts of Paul Boys.
Yeah.
So it's been that likes to lose. They're not used to losing.
Mm.
But we all know the character of Paul Boys. We had an interview with the coach. They're not last year's number 2 team for nothing. At one
Mm.
stage, even the number 1 team in South Africa last year. So
Yeah.
we know that they will bounce back in the
Yeah.
next couple of weeks. I can guarantee you that.
And then Paul Gim, Boland Landbou, 64-15. And then,
Yeah, comprehensive one.
yeah, and then we come to an interesting one. Giant Slayers of
Yes.
2025, Oakdale versus the Giant Slayers of 2026, 15-13.
Yeah, ASA
Yeah.
champions at this stage.
And then Paul Roos, Durbanville, 64-19.
If I can just
Vanguard,
say something quickly about the Stellenberg Oakdale game, Louis.
yeah.
Incredible result. I think Oakdale showed, that they're a team that can, at the day, beat any of those teams.
Oh, yeah.
It just shows you how the gap is narrowing. Oakdale, of course, 8th in South Africa, and Stellenberg, the champions. But remember, Oakdale, as we said, the Giants, they beat 2 of the PAL teams, of the Western Cape teams they beat last year. So what a game that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, and
Yeah.
of course, as you said, Paul Roos, 64-19. And then the next game was Wynberg against Bishops.
Yeah. 38-20, Rondebosch sacks. Now, this is also a very good result or interesting result. It
Yes.
shows you there's almost nothing between these teams.
Yeah, it's
Then,
amazing.
yeah.
It's amazing.
And then now this is an interesting result. And to be very honest, I'm very happy about this result because last year, as we know, Jeppe gave Offies a very big scare. They almost beat them. And
Wow.
um, this game, everything that Offies did just went according to plan. Jeppe had no answer to anything Offies did.
And you
So,
have to remember, take nothing away from this result.
no.
JP is a team that's in the top 20 in South African rugby.
Mm.
We will see the rankings. They are still a team that's inside the top 20. It's
Mm.
just that Afis, I think they had a good run the past few weeks. They ended the World Class tournament with an incredible win against Paul Gim. So they are an absolute they say winning is an habit, and Afis are definitely now in momentum after a couple
Mm.
of tough weekends before, where they lost against the Paul teams. They
Mm.
are now back on their winning ways, and they showed it with a bang against JP. So that's an incredible, yeah, 78-10. Um, that's absolutely, it's almost a case of, they could have stopped the game with 10 minutes to go due
Yep.
to a technical knockout.
And then we get to the next set of results. Now, this is also a very interesting one. Monument Noordheuwel,
Yeah, that's of
41-15.
course Vol Trophy name.
Yes, this is Vol Trophy. And now look at the next one, Steve. Garsfontein 24, Waterkloof
Wow.
18.
And I thought that was going to be the game of the Noordwal this weekend, and it sure was.
Yeah.
It just shows you where Garsfontein is now ranked fourth in South Africa.
Mm.
And Waterkloof also ranked inside the top 20. I think they ranked 20th. We will check on the rankings. But that is incredible. That was definitely the match of the World Trophy this weekend. Absolutely.
And then Ege Jansen 32, 28, Rustenburg. Then Menlo Park 38, Helpmekaar 31.
Yeah,
Also
Alpaca is
interesting result.
struggling. Hey, this is their second defeat in the World Trophy. Two
Yeah,
matches, played two, lost two. So Alpaca, last year's finalists, they've got a serious uphill if they
yeah.
still want to qualify for the semi-finals.
And then Kempton Park 52, Oosmoed 8.
Of course,
And
that's
then,
second division. Kempton
yes,
Park and Oosmoed are part of the second division. So the
yes,
next games are all second division games
yeah.
of the World Trophy.
So Swartkop 54, Transvalia 19. So
Excellent.
Swartkop is really having a good season so far.
Oh, yes. Watch out for Swartkop. I've got a prediction. I think they're the team to beat in the second division, and
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if they're going to be in the finals of the second division and get promoted to the first division. They have really come to the party.
Yeah.
Of course, they were also at the Northern State, and I think they were also the Willem Clover, and they now are really climbing up in the rankings.
Mm.
It's incredible. I think they're just outside the top 50, if not inside the top 50 in South Africa schoolboy rugby. Absolute incredinelble.
And then Nelspruit 37, Montana 31.
Yes.
Then Petersburg 31, Marais-Viljoen 22. So that's also an
Wow.
interesting result.
Yeah.
And now we come to some interesting games as well. St. Charles 94, Clifton 12. So
Sure.
both of these teams, and especially actually both of them, they actually play good rugby.
Yeah.
They are considered a little bit of the smaller schools, as we can call it that. But
Yes.
both of them play good running rugby. When they get the ball, they are not afraid to run. So I
Yes.
think this would have been a very entertaining game besides the scoreline. Um, so actually a very interesting scoreline on that. And then Maritzburg College 18, Durban High School 17.
Of course, that's a battle for a top 10 position. Both teams are fighting it out for 10th place. And
Mm,
I think Maritzburg College is now inside the top 10 or just outside. And Durban High School, of course, was also in the top 10 recently this season, just
mm.
outside. So that is an absolute classic derby between two giants of Shark rugby
Yeah,
in school among the Sharks rugby in schoolboy in schoolboy rugby. Both teams brilliant. Even the next game, Kirsten
yeah,
College against Michael House. What a game that must
yeah,
have been.
yeah. 32-31. Also, Michael House is also a Sharks team. So
Yes.
very good. Um,
Also, two top 20 teams. Even Northwood against Westville. Westville was,
yes,
of course, also in the top 10 recently in this year.
yeah,
And Northwood, we all know, is also a top 20 performer, top 20, top 50 performance school rugby, 1914. And then, of course, Hilton. Last year, they were 10th,
mm,
ranked 10th in South Africa. What a game. Strong victory, convincing victory, 42-7 against Glenwood.
yeah. And then basically two neighbors as well. Cares
Yes.
versus Parktown. Cares victorious 24-8. Now, this is also a very interesting one. Two Pretoria schools, Pretoria
Yeah.
High versus St. David's. St. David's not Pretoria schools, my mistake. But two top schools, 47-31. So I
St.
think
David's a Gauteng school, if I'm not mistaken.
yes,
They're part of the Lions province.
yeah. So I think that would have been a very entertaining game. And here we've got St. Stithians versus St. Albans, 38-8. Now that's an interesting one. That's a
Oh,
very
yeah. It's good to see St. Stithians back on a winning ways. They had a bit of a
mm,
tough festival last weekend. I think even at the Easter Festival and even
yes,
the previous games that they played, they had a bit of some couple of heavy defeats. So it's great to see them back on the winning ways. And then, of course, St. John's against St. Andrews. St. Andrews is one of your top schools also in Bloemfontein, ranked inside the top 100. 31-21
yeah.
for St. John's.
And it's also good to see St. John's on the winning side for a change this year.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And then Dale versus Selborne. Now, this is an interesting result, Steve. 31-27. So it could have gone either way. I think if there was maybe 5 more minutes.
Yeah, no, there's nothing to choose between those two teams. Incredible result. But if you think that match was close, then look at the anticlimax with the next game. Graham
Yes.
College, 90-21. Graham College, of course, have lost the number 1 position in Eastern Cape. Grey School has reclaimed it, but Graham College is still in the side top 50 and they ranked 2nd in Eastern Cape.
Yeah.
And they have absolutely played Cambridge off the field, 90-21. Absolutely incredible.
And then St. Andrews, 33, Marlow, 27. Actually, this is one of the very few games that Marlow has actually lost because so far, they've had a very good season. So
Yeah.
that's a very interesting result. And then Landbouwdal, 27, Vigardspark, 24. Now that's a very interesting result as well because we know Vigardspark, they've got a few players that are part of the Cheetahs Craven Week side for this year. So,
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, you're
so
right.
very, very interesting result. So that's really an interesting result. Then Diamantveld 52, Central 38.
Of course, Diamantveld was the host of the Wille Cloud tournament, and
Mm,
also a strong top 50 performer in schoolboy rugby in South Africa. A
yes.
very, very strong team. So it's a good high scoring game, but a good victory for them.
Yeah. And then the next one, Trio 33, Voortrekker 5. I think a very good result for Trio. They've
Yes,
had a bit of a up and down season so far. So it's good to see they are on the winning side again. And let's hope they can take the positives out of this and
absolutely.
take it forward. Then,
Absolutely.
and then Welkom Gym 49, Witteberg 10. Welkom Gym also have had a very up and down season, but it seems they are on their winning side and on their winning ways in the last two games. So let's keep an eye out for them. And Jim Fouchier, 31, Danefeld, 24. Um, uh, Not too much in that game. I think it could have gone either way. Danefeld, I think where they lost the match, I was able to watch some of this game. I think ill discipline, to be very honest.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
they gave away a lot of penalties within the first part of the second half, and I
Yeah.
think that's where they lost the game, to be very honest.
And look at this derby, Middelburg High
Yes.
against RTS
Wow.
Middelburg. And I believe you said there was about 13,000 spectators.
I watched this game
Incredible.
and wow, wow, wow. It was a phenomenal game. It was played at 4 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, and we knew it was cold in Johannesburg, but there
Yeah, it was.
you could see the guys. They all looked like Michelin men with all their jackets, but they stood. They did not move. And um, the commentator said that there were 13,000 plus people there for that game.
Incredible.
So, how incredible is that, Steve? For
Absolutely
a
amazing.
derby like this in schoolboy rugby, 13,000 people pitches up in the winter and they did not move. And I must tell you, Middelburg High School, the fly half was named man of the match. He had an absolute blinder of a game. He did not put any foot wrong. Everything he did worked like magic. And I think this was the difference. They
Yeah,
really
incredible.
had, but do not take anything away from RTS Middelburg. They really tried, but um, I think what cost them the game is they gave away silly penalties. And because of this, Middelburg High was able to penetrate, and they just, every time they touched the ball, they produced magic.
Wow.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's amazing. And if you think about it, Louis, 13,000 people, it's literally more people that goes to a schoolboy game than people that goes to a game at Emirates Park when the Lions are playing.
you are
We all know of
correct.
the problems, of the Lions Stadium, but it's just incredible to think that 13,000 are attending a schoolboy game
Yeah.
in Middelburg. Absolute amazing.
And I mean, on a crisp, because this weekend, all across the country, the temperatures weren't at their usual. but the
No.
guys stood. And what I absolutely loved about this game, the two coaches, oh, Steve, I think if it wasn't for them, a lot of people would have left because I think both of them brought the heat to that game. Um, and I'm very thankful that what was said by them was not heard by the people on TV because you could see not kind words. So, very, very, very interesting. But what a beautiful game. What lovely sportsmanship afterwards, because it's such a big derby.
Yeah.
And afterwards, they just embraced each other, and
Brilliant.
all 30 of them, plus the two coaches, made a big circle, and you could see both coaches talking to both teams, and it was just such good spirit between these guys. It was
Uh,
absolutely amazing.
yeah, that's what rugby is all about.
Oh,
The
yes.
camaraderie after the game.
Oh, yes. I mean, you can be enemies on the field, but you're friends after the game, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's beautiful.
And then we come to our featured game. Now, um, we arrived early, and the under 14s played first. Northcliffe won quite convincingly. Then the second team played, and that was actually a close game, but Northcliffe in the second half had the upper hand, especially when the replacements came on, right? So
Yeah.
you could see the depth between the two teams are a little bit different. So they had the upper hand. Under 16s, that was a one-sided affair, unfortunately. And then we came to the main game. Oh, Steve, we were basically bogged in the middle. And as we sat on the left, we had Randpark's supporters. On the right, we had Northcliffe. And did they bring the gees? Wow, both teams. It was phenomenal. And we could not move an inch where we were sitting. We were trying to scout and do this, and we were like, we are not going anywhere. So we just sat, and
Incredible.
what a beautiful game of rugby. Yes, scoreline 29-7. People will say, yes, it was a one-sided affair. No.
Of course, 29-7 to Northcliffe, ne?
Yeah, 29-7 to Northcliffe. So Randpark really played very well. Unfortunately, they made some silly errors. And what I've said previously, where you want the ball, you must put your hands. It was
Yeah.
up here, it was down there, it was behind, and I think this is what made the difference, because when you look at the back line of Northcliffe, they put their hands up, they received the ball there, right? And again, the fly half of Northcliffe, 4 out of the 5 kicks, he slotted over. Defense was good, communication was good, and his attacking game was very good. So in my opinion, if I had to adjudicate man of the match, I would have said the fly half of Northcliffe. So
Brilliant.
out of all the games we've seen on Saturday, 3 games where the fly halves were man of the match. So actually a very good day for the fly halves at the office. So Um, but do not take anything away from Rand Park. They really tried their utmost, and the atmosphere was electric.
Well, I can say one thing. Rand Park is a huge improvement from the previous game against Randburg.
Yeah,
When they played against Randburg, they lost 68-10.
yeah,
And if you look at Northcliffe are ranked higher than Randburg. They are ranked just outside the top 70 in South Africa. And there's a huge difference where Rand Park is ranked inside is about 140, 150th. So there's a huge difference if you look at rankings. So at the end of the day, yes, it's a home game and home atmosphere makes a huge difference. But 29-7 is not a huge defeat.
no,
There's
no.
a lot they can draw from it, and I think Rand Park it's got a lot to look forward to and a lot to be positive about.
Oh, yes.
This performance with the previous performance against Randburg.
I agree with you 100%. So, um, yeah, it was just absolutely phenomenal. It was one of the best games that I
Brilliant.
have seen this year, that I've joined this year, and I will do it all over again next year. No issue.
Brilliant.
Then, now we come to your baby, right? Your forte. So,
I love it. Yeah.
so Steve,
Right.
the floor is yours, my friend.
Brilliant. I love the rankings. This is what it's all about. Interesting to see that Paul Gim is now ranked number 1.
Yeah.
Of course, people need to remember there's various rankings. There's about 3 or 4 main sources in South Africa schoolboy rankings. So some sources say Stellenberg is still ranked 1, but this specific source says Paul Gim is ranked 1. So we're going to go according to that. For me, still the jury to decide. I will still say Stellenberg is ranked first. But of course, as I said, we're talking about 3 to 4 different ranking sources that South Africa Schoolboy Rugby uses. So this one is just one ranking source.
Yeah.
But the top 3 and all of them are they agree with. All of them agree with the same thing that Paul Gim, Paul Roos, and Stellenberg is your 3 best schools in South Africa Schoolboy Rugby. So let's keep it there. And everybody also agrees that Garsfontein is 4th.
Yeah.
The jury is out just on the top 3. Great College is also back into the top 5 after a couple of difficult ones. Paul Boys High have dropped a bit, had a bit of a tough 2 weekends. They now have dropped back from 2nd to 6th. Office have climbed again on the ladder. They were at one stage were 16th.
Yeah.
They're now back in the top 10. They've moved up 9 spots again. They jumped from 16th to 7th. Oakdale, of course, last year's ranked number 16. Rank 8th at this stage. Look at Waterkloof. Back in the top 10. Where many will say they belong. Ranked number 9. Outeniquas, also a strong, lower top 10 performer, ranked 10th. And then Orient also are knocking on the door of the top 10 at 11th. Hilton College, last year's number 10 team, is now at this stage ranked at 12th. Northwood, exactly in between Hilton College and Maritzburg, ranked 13th. Maritzburg 14th, Durban High. All of these schools are incredible schools, are schools that can jump and can anytime be inside the top 10 and have been inside the top 10.
Oh, yes.
Westville, of course, also a team that's been inside the top 10 in earlier this year. They now at this stage 16th. Michael House, beginning of the year, they were ranked 10th. They now have dropped back to 17th. And then look at Durbanville, ranked 18th. When we spoke to the coach at the North State tournament, they were outside the top 20, just inside the top 50. They have pushed themselves right inside the top 20, and they are making everybody aware of their presence. Drosti, 19th, and then of course Helpmekaar, a regular top 20 performer, always in the lower between 17th and 20th. After 2 difficult weekends, 2 defeats that they will not be happy with, they have dropped from 17th until 20. But make no mistake, this is a very strong top 20 top 20 rankings that you see here. all of these teams have the potential to be inside the top 10, and the gap between number 1 and 20 is getting smaller and smaller and smaller by the day. In fact, the gap between the top 1 and 100 is starting to get smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Schoolboy Rugby in Africa, the depth is absolutely incredible. Absolutely amazing.
And, you know, while we are on the top 20, something that I have picked up in the last couple of weeks. Drosti, in my opinion, I think out of all the teams here,
Yeah,
they are going to be the dark horse who will or might live up or bring a few surprises later this season, because they've had a very good season so far, and look where they are now, right?
yeah,
So I
absolutely.
really do believe that they are going to be the dark horse of 2026.
Oh yes. There's a lot of teams that's knocking in the top 20 that says, don't forget about us. There's I can think of Menlo. They're also knocking at the doors. Swartkop is coming through the rankings. We
Yes.
all know Case. Case needs no introduction. They're also a regular. They are ranked 27th.
Yeah.
Christy College, now just outside the top 50, is also a team that will say, listen, don't forget about us. There's a heck of a lot of teams that's not here. Weinberg,
Oh,
that is
yes.
not here, but that is knocking, and it says, watch out for us. We are coming for the top 20.
Yeah.
So watch the space. I can guarantee you it's not going to stay the same. It's going to change, and a lot of schools is going to start making a claim for the top 20.
And Steve, doesn't this make you excited to see how healthy schoolboy rugby is? No matter
Yeah.
which team, no matter which province, schoolboy rugby is alive and well in this country. It is just
Oh, yes.
amazing.
The depth in South African schoolboy rugby is absolutely incredible. It's not the number one schoolboy system in the world for nothing. I think the only system realistically that comes close to our system is the New Zealand schoolboy system. That's also incredible.
Yeah.
But schoolboy rugby in South Africa is incredible. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Of course, that brings us to the end of our program for today.
Yeah.
What a jam-packed program again, Louis. Some amazing rugby. And you know what's the good news? We're not even halfway through the season. We're now only in May. We still got June, July, August, 4 months of schoolboy rugby ahead of us. It is just not. It's just not ending soon. So please stay tuned for some more incredible rugby, more to follow, and I'm licking my lips for the next 16 weeks of schoolboy rugby.
Oh,
Besides Springbok rugby, besides provincial rugby, besides the Currie Cup that's coming, schoolboy rugby in South Africa is jam-packed and alive and well.
yeah. Yeah.
Right. Once again, we would like to thank all of our members. It's absolutely amazing to see our community growing, Louis.
Oh, yes.
We have passed the 1,000 members mark. We are
Wow.
standing at over 1,100 members. We last I checked, we were at 1,108 members on Facebook.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing.
Incredible.
I can only say thank you so much for your support. And it's people not just from South Africa.
No.
We are talking about members from all over. I said to Louis, I've checked the stats. We've got 342 members from South Africa, but 315 of our members are from Kenya, which is for me absolutely heartwarming. Kenya has, of course, also got a schoolboy system. We've got a member that have posted to us about schoolboy rugby and schoolgirl rugby in Kenya. Under 8 and under 9 girls playing schoolgirl rugby. And of course, schoolboy rugby in Kenya is growing and is very competitive. Madagascar is also well represented on our community. We've got almost 300 members from Madagascar, which is absolutely incredible. So I am so excited about the future of global rugby, the future of rugby in general amongst the school.
Yeah.
On a regular basis, we've got a member, Dave Schmid, from Brazil, that gives us videos of school rugby and university rugby in Brazil.
Oh,
And I
wow.
can tell you, under 20 rugby and university and school rugby in Brazil is growing and it's very much alive. And for me, that's heartwarming. Thank you so much for everyone that's contributing and for all our international members.
Yeah.
Whether you're from Brazil, Madagascar, Kenya, United Kingdom, we've got a couple of members. Thank you so much for your support. Without you, we don't have a community.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we would also like to thank our fellow leader, Elaine Hogan. She's also one of our leaders on Global School Rugby Bonanza, the Facebook group. She's also very much involved, in promoting the game. In Ireland, she's all the way from Ireland, very close to Munster, Limerick, and she's really incredible behind the scenes, helping to promote schoolboy rugby, helping to promote global school rugby bonanza for us in Ireland. So thank you so much. Of course, we cannot end the show without thanking our journalist, Mr. Arno Botha, the legend, as I call him, the legend himself, Arno Botha. He's helping us, of course, with the magazine, very involved with our online magazine. And he's also involved with the interviews we have with the coaches. And watch the space. He's going to be involved very soon with the interviews. I know he's been quiet for a while, but he's going to be back like Arnold Geert. He will, and Tournamator, he's going to be back. And then, of course, we would like to thank Louis' beloved wife, Sarah, that also helps us with the layout of the magazine. Thank you so much, Sarah. Without Sarah, I don't know how it will be possible for us to have the layout of the magazine. Absolutely incredible. To our scout, Von, that was helping Louis with the presenting at Saturday's games. He was one of the presenters. Amazing how he's growing. Amazing the involvement, his passion. Helping us with attracting coaches. He was absolutely on fire for us at the Noordstate tournament, organizing leads, organizing interviews with players. We even had an interview with the fly-half of Monument, Viljoen. Thanks to Von. So thank you so much. And then, of course, what can we do without our cameraman, Brian Dudley? Incredible cameraman, always helping us. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Of course, if you haven't joined our Facebook group, Global School Rugby Bonanza, please join our Facebook group. All of our previous episodes, if you have missed any of our previous 24 episodes, it's on our Facebook group in the featured section. You just go to our featured section, and then you can also catch up on our previous episodes from episode 1 right up to episode 25. It's available there, as well as all the editions of our magazine. Once a month, we bring out our online magazine. You can also catch it there. We're also on YouTube, our channel. You can also catch up our episodes on our YouTube. If you haven't subscribed on our YouTube channel, you can go to Global School Rugby Bonanza on our YouTube platform, and you can subscribe. Global School Rugby Bonanza. And then, of course, we're also on other platforms under Schoolboy Rugby Bonanza. We've got a WhatsApp channel. We're also on TikTok as well as on Instagram. Yeah. So Schoolboy Rugby is alive and well. And if you haven't joined us yet, become part of the Schoolboy Rugby Bonanza Maniacs. It's alive and well. We're over 1,000 already. And we are moving very quickly towards 1,500 members. So check the space. That brings us to the end of our program. Thank you so much once again. Thank you so much, Mr. Schoolboy Bonanza.
Thank you, Steve. It was great to be here as always. And see you next time.
Absolutely. Of course, there's some jam-packed interviews coming ahead for us, but please stay tuned. We are drawing very close to our big derby, Randburg versus Linden. That's going to be on the 23rd of May, jam-packed. But please join us for our next episode. We of course will discuss the upcoming matches of the weekend. And for more information, just have a look on our Facebook group for more info and for more details on what is coming up next. From our side, until next time,
Goodbye.